the issue is that conservative groups on campus have intelligently discerned a strategy whereby they invite speakers who are deliberately provocative, often not interested in actually debating ideas and fulfilling an educational mission in their visits to an institution.
So really, you're blaming the victim here because people are, quote, deliberately provocative. Can you hear yourself?
I mean, he says he's a free speech advocate, but he thinks we should have standards and guardrails about what people say on campus.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous, obviously, as Tucker took the professor down. It's demagoguery, and he's a censor. Let's call it what it is. The free speech standards at Berkeley are that Mahmoud Ahmadinejad of Iran was able to go speak there without incident, yet they're afraid of Coulter. And just last week, the former president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, former head of state, was allowed to speak there. They have Supreme Court justices speak there. They have many important people speak there. This is clear censorship, and it does not stand under the First Amendment.
You know, isn't there a problem when you have comedians like Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Larry the Cable Guy saying, you know what, we don't want to perform on college campuses. They're too politically correct. They feel like they can't be comfortable there. And, you know, what we want to know is what have you been told from Berkeley authorities? Because pro-Trump rally organizer Rich Black, he was on our show, and he said politicians are behind this push to stop free speech. What do you think?
Well, in the case of Berkeley, as our complaint details, there was coordination between the city of Berkeley and its mayor, who's very, very liberal, and the Berkeley chancellor's office and others in the university. And as we know, California very liberal, and a lot of Democrat politicians have served on the regents there. There was coordination about this policy. There's a special policy made for speakers who are quote unquote controversial, and guess what? On the Berkeley campus, that's 100% conservative speakers. And to that extent, yes. But on the other hand, I will say I'm very encouraged as a constitutional lawyer that virtually the entire spectrum of lawyers in the country, particularly those who believe in the Constitution and who practice that law, are saying that Berkeley is wrong, and no amount of defense, no amount of waving around their concerns for the snowflake security rights is going to overcome the First Amendment, one of the fundamental norms of our democracy in America.
Where does your lawsuit go from here?
Well, we just filed it on Monday. We just got a summons yesterday. We're serving the various individuals who were served at the university, and then we're going to engage in a process of discovery. We're going to find out all the details of how they came up with this policy, all the considerations, who was consulted, and then we're going to seek relief from the court to order Berkeley to stop discriminating against people who want to speak on their campus or students who want to invite speakers on the basis of their viewpoint. And the principle we're trying to vindicate, to be clear, is not about conservative or liberal. It's about a marketplace of ideas at a university, and the principle equally applies to liberal students on other campuses as well.
All right. Thank you, Harmeet Dhillon. Really appreciate you coming on.